Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La da 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 dee. Da 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 da. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La da 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 dee. Da 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 da.
Alrighty, what's going on, guys? A little bit delay there. We're gonna have a bit of a walk around and do everything here. A couple of guys already watching on in, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Pretty sure it's unmuted. We'll go for a bit of a walk around at SDRC. So we are at SDRC today, different from Coyote Hobbies, much lower group, much more similar or much more closely represented to what the world will be. We believe, we don't know exactly, but that's from what we've been told. All right, so let's have a looky. So that's what we got. It's a lot flatter layout as well in Coyote, a fair bit less elevation change, just more sort of flat ground with a couple of jumps on top of it. But once again, probably a little bit more representative of what the worlds will be. A couple of big jumps still in there, triples, jumps into corners and stuff, which is what we believe the worlds will be similar to, that sort of side of things. G'day, Tony. We got pretty much all the Aussies here except for like Painey and stuff. I haven't seen those boys yet. They're, I think, probably hitting the town getting drunk. But yeah, a couple of monster trucks and stuff getting around out there as well at the moment. Fair few of the Australian guys have been sort of doing some laps and getting pretty quick out there. Massive pits area. So we're all pretty much stacked up in a fairly close-knit area over here. Savaji's car. Got our ring in Australian here, Matty G. Not technically Australian, but we'll claim him. What's going on, guys? Yeah, look, I'm gonna look back at this later. All right, have a quick chat. What are we looking? Oh no, what have I done? Oh God. I chased after a car that left their bag on the roof yesterday. Whilst on stream. Oh no. We still live? Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're back. Alrighty.
Pull it up a little bit. Yeah.
There we go. Alrighty, we got Jared Men here. He's been doing some pretty hot laps out there. How's the track?
The track's pretty good. The grip's lower than it was like last time I was here a couple months ago, but I think it's better practice for the worlds, obviously.
And did you run yesterday JBRL round?
I didn't run. I just came to watch. We were bummed after like a 30-hour day.
Yeah, fair enough. Lap times and stuff 2B and 4B?
Haven't run the 4-wheel, 2-wheel, 18.4, I think. So there or thereabouts, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, anything under sort of the 19-second mark seems to be reasonably good to pretty good out there. Any major changes you've done with the 2B so far?
Not a whole lot from like my warm-up setup. Just got a little bit more stability out the rear.
Okay, yeah. And you know, it looks to be pretty stock standard and all that sort of stuff. Are you running lay down, lay back?
Lay down always. Yeah.
Okay, always lay down. Anything else? Like, how are you enjoying the experience and stuff back over in the US?
I mean, like I love it in the US, but I mean, it's a lot better this time to have all my friends here. Like, obviously, I'm good friends with Matt, but it's good to share the experience with some friends from back home.
Yeah, sweet. Do you think Matt G, you know, is he, you know, you said he's your friend. Do you think he would class you as a friend back, or?
I think he'll classify me as a bit more than a friend.
Oh, wow. Some romantic stuff going on over here. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to switch over to Matty G now.
Interracial marriage.
Alrighty. So how are you liking the track, Matty G?
Pretty good. This is the first day that I've actually really ran my stuff on the glue with AKA tires, and my stuff feels pretty good. I'm running everything that I ran at the warm up, and that's it.
Okay, and so you run here fairly regularly.
Honestly, like on this layout, I haven't ran very much. We've been at nationals, then I went to hobby action a couple times. I really haven't had the time to come and run on this layout, but it's really fun, and the grip's pretty good to do a good amount of testing for hobby action. It's pretty similar to how it'll be, so.
And grip level in comparison to normal, as you say, well, I think they've rubbed a lot of the glue off or cleaned a lot of the glue off.
They water the track really heavily like last night just to keep it from crumbling. I know it's been crumbling a bit today, but these guys are always trying to make sure that the track's staying as consistent as possible. So today the track felt pretty good all day. I don't think there was any issues with grip. Maybe in the morning it was a little skittish, but then it got pretty good by the end of the day, I think.
All right, and I believe you're running the new one-up springs. Is that correct?
I am. I'm running the polished version because I sat with my buffing wheel and polished springs. Yeah, they'll be out next week and at the Worlds. So hopefully Randy brings enough for everyone to buy.
Yeah, sweet. So you think there'll be already a fair few to be available at Worlds?
He has a very limited amount of set he's coming to the Worlds with. So hopefully it's enough for everyone to enjoy what I've been enjoying for the past few months.
Okay, and the main advantages of them, you find them a bit more consistent,
They're
or
a little more in the track. They feel the same spring to spring. Feel like I have more grip with them, which is what we're going to be wanting at the Worlds. So hopefully, you know, I told him hopefully that they don't come out before the Worlds, but I know he's got to make money, and I've been making them look semi-decent. So hopefully everyone is enjoying them.
yeah, sweet. And I noticed actually recently you've been sort of, I guess, tuning or upgrading some stock motors and side of things. And you're sort of helping to, I guess, power your Worlds trip and stuff.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I've been definitely using my stock titles to my advantage. I help out the two like Raymond twins like that race here, so I've been getting them all dialed in and just getting everything to where I believe the stock motors I should be at. I clean and polish the rotors. I put the stators in some special mixture I have to make sure that all the flow is going through them, so it's nice and consistent power. And shim the rotors a little farther back to get a little bit more torque. That's dependent on every motor. I brand those. Some like it in the middle, some like it back. It just depends on what you're looking for fuel wise.
Yeah, sweet. Alrighty, we'll leave you boys to it and enjoy the track, enjoy laps. Alrighty, guys. So we'll keep going around the table. So we got a young Monday here. We're gonna have a quick chat to my young Monday. How you doing, Monday?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. Yeah, really enjoying the track.
Yeah, epic. So you haven't done too much indoor running, have you?
I've not done any indoor as far as I can remember. I know I've been to one 4 or 5 years back, but I've never actually driven on an indoor track, let alone a off-road 110 scale. So it's all new for me.
Awesome. And how are you liking it out there?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's super fun, technical layout. Good flow. Cars feel great. Just a few little tweaks here and there, but most say was just putting laps down. I was really enjoying it. It's really good.
Yep. And slick tires as well. Probably something you don't use a huge amount either. Well, so how are you getting used to that?
Yeah, getting there. It's definitely a very unique tire, not just the kind of it being a slick, but also the kind of carcass shape and all that. It's all quite different to what we normally run. So it's got a very different feel and kind of characteristic to most tires I run. So it's a new experience. Getting to grips with it though, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the tire for this point. I think with another day and two on this track, I'll be awesome with it. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Actually, you're not. Oh, what body are you running on this thing?
I've got the F2 on there at the moment. I was running the P2 earlier up until about roughly an hour ago. Yep. I'm not 100% sure on the difference between the two at the moment, just with the feel, because the track was changing between them. So I'll give it a bit more go tomorrow, but I think this one felt a bit better.
Okay. Yep. And yeah, as you say, getting pretty comfortable with the sort of layout, getting comfortable with the grip level, that sort of side of things.
Yeah, our grip feels great, really. Even for the slick tires, I've been doing a bit of running and kind of on driveway and stuff, and yeah, it's definitely not quite as grippy at home kind of on the driveway as it is on this track here. So clearly the surface is quite good. It doesn't get super dusty. Offline is still pretty good. Online is really grippy. So it's a really good surface.
Any major changes you've made to the car since coming over?
Not a lot. Just drop the diff height a little bit and a few little things here and there with some hills. Nothing major. Just wanted to kind of get the grips of the track today. And tomorrow maybe a bit more, but for the most part, want to leave it how it is. It feels pretty good.
Okay.
Complain about
Yeah, sweet. And how many days are you going to be here for before you head over to Arizona?
Still not completely decided. Most likely tomorrow, day after. Or it'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday will be a break day, and then Thursday I'll be here since the rest of my family is coming down for that.
Yeah, awesome. So everyone from your family, all the Mondays coming
Yeah,
over?
all of them. Yep, sister included. So not sure if she'll bring a car or not. Probably not, but we'll see.
That's epic. That's epic, man. Alrighty. Well, we'll see you on the track when you keep going around.
Let's go have a chat. Yeah, see ya.
Alrighty. Looks like the Donnellys are hard at working at the moment. Well, let's head up onto the driver's stand, shall we? Let's have a quickie look. All right. Payne is flying over today. Okay, that makes sense as to why they were drinking. You're becoming a jumper. No jet lag. Oh, look, I don't know. I definitely struggle with jet lag occasionally. I think today it's actually hit me probably a little bit harder than what it has in the previous few days. But yeah, I think I fly enough probably at the moment to sort of live with it, I guess. I don't know. Lately it's been pretty crazy flying around Australia and everything. Let's just do a bit of a. So this is our track here. We've got Sturdy getting around out there on his two-wheel drive by the looks of it. Nice and clean. Little double here. It's pretty tricky to do in the two-wheel drive. You have a corner right into the entry of it. It's hard to get the power down in time to sort of land it clean. Can come up short. It doesn't hurt too much if you do come up a little bit short. Nice big triple in the middle there. Navigating a couple of short course and monster trucks getting around. Back in the triple, looking nice and clean out there at the moment. He is. Once again, as you can see, it's a little bit tricky for that little center double. Don't know how much you guys can see of the backside there, but in comparison to Coyote, the grip level is very low, but in comparison to, say, Chargers, I'd say the grip level is quite comparable. Somewhere between, probably a bit higher than the GOAT track. I'm not sure how many of you watching has been to the GOAT track, but it's quite similar to that, surprisingly. Maybe a little bit higher. Your car tends to brake sideways if you try to be a little bit too aggressive in your 2B. As you can see, their car getting a little bit sideways there just before that double and actually going for a roll. So quite comparable grip level to the GO track, and quite comparable to Chargers as well. Won't interrupt any of these guys. Try and get a bit of a different view from up here as well. So quite a large track. Once again, as Jared Mentz said, looking at 18-second lap times for two-wheel drive, probably into the 16, 17s for four-wheel drive, probably be hot laps. Consistency-wise, it is quite a consistent track in comparison to what Coyote was. Coyote was really tough to string, 2 or 3 laps together, whereas here you can sort of string a fair few more laps together without too much of a worry. Going a little bit wide doesn't cost you anywhere near as much as what Coyote did. Clive, Ben Cribben, Peter Cooper also flying today. Sweet. And Clive, you're also flying in today. Awesome. So we'll probably see you guys probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. Look at that thing. That bug getting around. Punch buggy. But yeah, so pretty epic little layout that they have going on here as well. Let's see what we got. We'll do one of these. But so this is sort of a decent little warm up for the Worlds. Grip level being quite similar. Tilt this up a bit. Grip level being quite similar to what we're going to be running on over at Hobby Action Arizona. As mentioned, they sort of did soak the track and try to get rid of all the glue and stuff out of the surface of it for it to be relatively similar to what we're going to be running on at Hobby Action. I believe Hobby Action is probably more of a sort of decomposed granite surface, a little bit more abrasive than what this is here. But the grip level itself and the characteristics, by the sound of it, are very, very similar. All the Aussie guys seem to be coming to grips with it really quick, which is awesome to see. One of the biggest things I think we struggled at over in Europe was that the grip level was like nothing we've ever experienced before. It was a super low but extremely hard packed grip. The jump faces had like this weird, almost concrete looking stuff, but it was some sort of like geo mesh something. I don't know. The whole track was like ice. And so we end up shimming our arms, 12 mil forward, just crazy stuff. But here is a little bit more relative to what we sort of run around Australia, such as, you know, Keilor. It'll be a similar grip level to that. For Gold Coast drivers, similar to Chargers as mentioned, similar to the Go Track, that sort of tacky slick grip. To Sydney, it's probably a little bit less grip than what Sydney RC Car Club or Ride has. Their track's pretty high grip at the moment, I'd say, in comparison to this. But you know, people like Lachlan and Lachlan Donnelly and Jared Men stuff, they come into grips with it really quick as well, just dropping back a little bit of that grip. Apart from that, it's shaping up pretty good for a couple of days of practice. You know, by the sounds of it, we're all going to be here on and off for the next sort of 2 to 3 days. Tomorrow is actually a public holiday over here in the US, but nonetheless, these guys are going to be open from, I think, about 2 o'clock, I believe, at least. Could be wrong. Ooh, geez. But yeah, so that's sort of the general gist of things. Everyone's slowly but surely coming to grips with the layout, everything, and little fine tuning of details and stuff. I'm not exactly sure when Ari and those boys will be coming over. I'm sure they'll be coming over fairly soon though. We may as well go for a bit of a walk around the joint again. Massive pits area here, which is great because obviously, once again, these guys have events in the 100 entries mark. So we've got our pits here. So this is the opposite side of where we're pitting. The big track. That's the commentators stand up there from where I'd rather be. Once again, you can see the whole layout of the track. This driver's stand actually not as high as you'd expect for this sort of size track, but it's actually a perfect height. And a nice overview of the entire track. Sturdy going up for a few more laps. All right. It's Donnelly. Woo! Oh, getting him called over. I didn't know that. My bad. Alrighty. So we'll have to start wrapping this one up pretty soon. We'll go for a brief walk through the hobby shop and then we'll wrap this one up. A really nicely stocked hobby shop in here. Got all the Traxxas stuff as per usual, normal hobby shop stuff, keep the RC world running. You sweet if I do a bit of filming in here? Sorry? You sweet if I do a bit of filming? Sure. Sweet. Good. Our wall of tires, DLR parts, X-ray parts, associated parts, really well stocked little hobby shop here, obviously for SDRC. They had the JBRL event yesterday, so a lot of the groups and stuff was a little bit low on stock. So we luckily actually got some goop from Coyote, and that's sort of doing the job for us. But yeah, supposedly the goop that we needed, unfortunately, I ran out of due to the JBRL event yesterday. JBRL event, I think I had like something, almost 200 entries or something along those lines. So massive event they had held here yesterday, sold out of a heap of stuff that we could have probably done with. Nonetheless, such is life. Alrighty, guys, we'll pretty much end it at that as we have a bit of a drive home. And apparently we're closing down on 7 o'clock tonight, whereas I thought it was a 9 o'clock finish. So what do we got? Ari leaves today too. I think all the Sydney guys are on the same flight. Oh, that's epic. Ari's already there. He was on Saturday's flight. Okay, so one or the other. Ari might be out here tomorrow then. But yeah, other than that, guys, we'll pretty much leave it at that. Just a quick walk around of the track, the facility. We'll have a fair bit more probably come out tomorrow. I can't remember exact times what the place is open to and from tomorrow, but nonetheless, we'll have a couple of more live streams, a bit more information come out tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you later.